Come on, Mr. Bob. Let's go inside.
Okay, let's go.
As I enter Independence Hall, I mean the State House. Oh, I can't get used to that name. You can really feel the weight of history. But the air is thick, hot, and stagnant. All the windows are open, but the shutters are closed, so onlookers can't eavesdrop. Entering the assembly room with Franklin by my side, the Second Continental Congress is already inside the room.
Wow, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm doing this.
A gathering of men representing the 13 colonies. They're about to decide the fate of a nation not yet born. Today is July 4th, 1776, the final day of revisions on a declaration that will undoubtedly set the world ablaze. The congressmen are dressed in the restrained elegance of the colonial gentry. Dark wool or linen coats, pale waistcoats, and knee breeches fastened neatly at the calf. Some with their hair tied back and others with their tricorn hats set aside. Their linen neck scarves and buckled shoes complete their formal looks. The sort of attire worn by men who understood that history is watching. They appeared less like icons and more like determined, solemn men prepared to agree to a very dangerous idea. I take my seat in the back corner of the room, hoping to keep my promise to Franklin not to talk. Here we go. The meeting is about to begin. Walking into the room now is John Hancock, President of the Second Continental Congress. He takes his seat high in the center of the bench. He speaks first.
Gentlemen, the Congress will come to order. Secretary Thompson, please note the hour.
8 minutes past 9, Mr. President, and it's as hot as a furnace in here already.
Nothing like the threat of a heat stroke with the side of treason to start the day.
Please, Ben, let's not waste time or breath. Delegates of the Congress, 2 days ago, the colonies voted. 12 in favor, with New York abstaining. The matter is settled. Independence it shall be. What remains are the final revisions of the Declaration before engrossment.
Yes, indeed, Adams. Time for business. Mr. Jefferson, as the primary author of the Declaration, you may begin reading your final revisions.
Thank you, President Hancock. I trust the Congress has considered my final draft, with the amendments proposed by the Congress and by the Committee of Five, Mr. Adams, Dr. Franklin, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Livingston, and myself.
Yes, we have considered. Correct, Secretary Thompson?
Correct, Mr. President.
Good. Now get on with it, Mr. Jefferson.
Okay, but first, I must confess. I regret what has been stricken. I mourn the loss of certain sections. Some feel that some deleted passages spoke to the very soul of our cause.
Thomas, if Congress kept every sentence you loved, we'd still be here next July.
Perhaps, old man Franklin. But the clause regarding the slave trade was not mere ornament. It was principle. Let us speak plainly. I refer to the clause condemning the slave trade.
Yes. The deleted clause of the Declaration of Independence. In Jefferson's original draft, he condemned the Crown for perpetuating the slave trade, stating, "He has waged a cruel war against human nature itself." But that language did not survive the Congress.
Against human nature itself. Those words were the truth. Why should we cut out truth?
Because it's a statement so bold and so hypocritical coming from a group of men who some own slaves, yourself included, Thomas. It would be an inflammatory provocation of both the king and the southern colonies.
Truth doesn't always buy unity. It's fine rhetoric. But the Carolinas and Georgia will never sign such an indictment. Even Virginia, your home colony of Virginia, Thomas, stands divided on the matter. Besides, half our Congress profits from that very trade.
Then what good is liberty, sir? What good is it declaring that all men are created equal if we mean only some?
A good question, Thomas. It's one that may haunt us longer than the war itself. But a house divided will not stand, young man. We need the support of the southern colonies. Let us win independence first. Then we'll pursue perfection as a nation.
And unity, once lost, may not be recovered. I know the cost great, but the necessity is plain and simple. The unity of the Union must come first.
Good point, Roger. But Thomas, your words remain. If not in ink, then in spirit. Posterity may yet hear them.
Then Congress will accept the deletion. Let it be understood that we do not approve of the trade, but we must not lose the Confederation we have labored to build. Secretary Thompson, let it be known that this Congress did not strike the words lightly.
I shall note it in the journals, sir, but not in the Declaration itself.
The debate continues and continues. The room is buzzing with conviction and compromise. Oh, they adjust words like unalienable instead of inalienable. They strike out subjects and replace it with citizens. Every syllable is a battle for meaning.
Gentlemen, this Congress must speak with one voice. History will judge our words and the silence between them. Let us proceed to the preamble.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another.
The Committee of Five agreed to truths to be self-evident in place of sacred and undeniable. It conveys the same reason with less theological dispute.
Yes, Franklin, reason, not revelation. We must justify our cause.
And the cause, endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, remains as written?
Yes, Roger, it does.
Unalienable rights. Was that your phrasing, Thomas?
Yes, John. Though Dr. Franklin suggested self-evident, which I admit carries a bit of its own dignity.
A bit of polish, that's all. If we're to offend a king, you're best to do it in proper grammar.
Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mr. Jefferson, you've a poet's touch. One hopes future generations will forgive our edits.
Thank you, Roger. But I doubt those who come after us will forgive our compromises.
No nation is born perfect, Thomas. We must crawl before we walk. And hope the British don't try and trip us in the meantime.
The debate stretches into midday. Quills scratch, fans wave, tempers rise, cool, and rise again. Outside, the crowd lingers, cart vendors roll on. The scent of horses and dusty air drifts in from Chestnut Street. Inside, representatives from 13 colonies wrestled their way toward one voice.
Continue, please.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.
That principle will bear the weight of the revolution!
Okay, good. Let's proceed to the list of grievances.
Grievance number 1. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. This remains unchanged. Grievance number 2.
Ooh, Jefferson did not hold back with a list of grievances. The middle section of the Declaration is a list comprised of 27 different actions and decisions that King George either imposed or directly affected the colonies with. Oh, complaints like,
He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures.
Jefferson continues on with the list. Oh, then I heard a grievance that sounded similar to what Captain Briggs told me earlier about.
For cutting off our trade with all parts of the world.
Jefferson gets angrier and angrier with every grievance.
For imposing taxes on us without our consent.
Things are getting heated now. These founding fathers are completely fed up.
He has obstructed the administration of justice, and he has made judges dependent on his will alone.
The list of grievances are touching on every aspect of life. But there is one more.
Thomas, what about the grievance accusing the king of inciting insurrections among the enslaved? Has that been softened?
Grievance number 27 you speak of, the last on the list. Grievance 27 now reads as, he has excited domestic insurrections amongst us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages. The original blamed him for maintaining slavery. That charge is gone.
So be it. Gentlemen, our charge is independence. Perfection must await another day. Mr. Jefferson, please read the conclusion.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude for our intentions, do, in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right, ought to be, free and independent states.
The phrase United States of America is strong and mighty.
Indeed, John. The world must see our harmony.
Continue.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Gentlemen, there you have it. You now have heard the declaration as revised. Those in favor of adopting it, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Mr. President, the record shall show, adopted by unanimous vote of the 13 colonies, on this date, July 4th, 1776, the Second Continental Congress approves the Declaration of Independence.
Good. And with no objections, we can proceed to endorsement. Congress directs that an authenticated copy be signed by the President and the Secretary. Mr. Thompson, bring the first fair copy.
Here, sir. The ink is prepared.
Then let the record show that I have fixed my name to the first initial Declaration of Independence. John Hancock, President of Congress. There. My name is large enough that His Majesty may read it without his spectacles.
As Secretary of the Congress, I attest this act. Charles Thompson, Secretary.
This document shall be printed and distributed without delay. Mr. Dunlap's print shop is set to receive it this evening. We need to get word to Washington and his troops as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. The broadside will be prepared before morning.
I guess that is that. The words now belong to history.
And to the judgment of the world.
Let us pray the cause proves worthy of the language.
Gentlemen, this Congress stands adjourned. May Providence guide the United States of America.
And so, it was done. The Declaration of Independence had been revised and agreed upon. Only John Hancock and Charles Thompson signed the first copy of the document that day. The others would sign the second copy about a month later. But the meaning and the risk was immediate. Their declaration was to declare oneself an enemy of the crown. Each man left the assembly room knowing that their agreement was an act of treason. But it was this day that the words on that document became law in their hearts.
You realize, Ben, this pact may hang us all.
Indeed, John. But we must, truly, all hang together. Or, most assuredly, we shall all hang separately.
And yet, I feel light, as though for the first time the air in the room belongs to us. Although it's awfully hot air.
Then breathe it freely, Roger, but carefully. The world is watching us now.
Ben, that was unbelievable to watch. Truly history right before my very own eyes.
Only time will tell our fate now.
But wait a minute, why is everyone leaving without signing themselves?
I want to go home as soon as I can.
See, Jefferson is running out of here. Somebody stop him! Aren't you going to sign the document, Dr. Franklin? You, Adams, Sherman, Livingston, Jefferson, you all contributed so much. Don't you want your name on it?
We'll sign at our next meeting. Relax, Mr. Bob. We'll get the word out to more delegates, and we hope to have a lot more people sign the second copy of the Declaration. That will be an even more impressive message to the king.
So, what are you going to do next?
Well, Secretary Thompson is already en route with getting this first copy printed up for delivery. As far as everyone else, well, it's time for lunch. Would you like to head over to the city tavern? I hear Jefferson still has an open tab. We can start to spread the word there.
The Founding Fathers left the hall, knowing the price of what they just have done. The war would grind on for 7 long years. Jefferson's words would echo beyond his lifetime. The slavery clause would return again and again, a shadow unforgotten. But on that sweltering morning, July 4th, 1776, they had declared something no empire could contain, that the governed might govern themselves, and that freedom, once spoken, could never be silenced. As the delegates spread across the city, so did the word of independence. By evening, the taverns were full of jubilation. Bells could be heard ringing throughout the city. Come nightfall, little Sarah Matthews got to light her candles. Fireworks began exploding, brightening the dark sky in celebration of extraordinary ideas taking foundation. That all men are created equal, and the government should derive its power from the consent of the governed. America had begun. May life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness forever be self-evident.
The World According to Mr. Bob is produced by Bob Staniszewski and Adam Staniszewski. Recorded and mixed at Crooked Lane Sound in Cherry Hill, New Jersey by audio engineer and sound designer Adam Staniszewski. Season 4 was written by Adam Staniszewski and is titled July 4th, 1776. It features Brett Slavin as Ben Franklin and Chauncey, Angelo Pinto as Thomas Jefferson, and Alan Harris is the narrator. Find The World According to Mr. Bob on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all major podcast platforms. Like, follow, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave us a comment. Mr. Bob's graphics were designed by J.R. Farrell at Promotional Graphix in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Our video editor is Daniel Latch at Dan the Latch on Instagram. For a full list of character and musical credits, please check out our website, theworldaccordingtomrbob.com. If you would like to advertise or sponsor the show and reach thousands of Mr. Bob listeners worldwide, please email us at worldofmrbob@gmail.com. I'm Danielle Byrne, announcer extraordinaire. Thank you for listening, and please tune in and download the next exciting episode of The World According to Mr. Bob. This has been a Moon Ranger production.